This video is going to be your comprehensive guide to new construction in the suburbs of Portland, Oregon. I've got a ton of new footage, both drone footage and footage on the ground, to really show you what these properties look like. I'm going to talk to you about the amenities that they come with, an overview of the area, because we cover a lot of ground in this video, price points, the different builders. And one of the great things about what I'm going to show you today is there's a ton of variety. Oftentimes people think new construction, they think tract, everything looking the same. There's going to be a little bit of that, but we're going to look at homes that are in the starter price point all the way up to luxury homes and everything in between, homes with small lots, large lots, and even acreage. As well as homes that are designed with the multifamily in mind. So properties that will have like an ADU, additional dwelling unit. If you're somebody that's thinking about buying new construction in the Portland Metro, either now or anytime in the next few years, after you watch this video, you'll have a much better sense as to what to expect, what's on the market right now, and what's coming here in the next few years. All right, let's jump into it. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Seth Marchant with the Home Team Brokers here, living in Oregon. We're going to start first in Happy Valley at Scatters Mountain. This is going to be about as far east as we will go. Great spot if you want to be close to Mount Hood. Scatters Mountain is, if you're from maybe the Midwest or the South, maybe you might consider it a mountain. If you're from the Pacific Northwest, it's really just more of a big hill. This is going to be perfect for somebody that's looking to not be too far away from Portland. You're anywhere from 25, maybe 35, 40 minutes from Portland, but also wants to be very close to nature and have a lot of hiking trails. Scatters Mountain has an extensive network of hiking trails, and for most people they can reach those right from their front door. This is a larger subdivision, about 600 homes. They're about halfway through it. Currently it's just Holt Homes that is currently building in here. Do have a few other builders in here though, Toll Brothers and Icon Construction. There are a few resales on the market right now too in this subdivision. Homes starting by Holt in about the mid 600s. These are all single family homes, larger homes in the low 2000s of square feet. These lots are going to range from 6, 7, maybe 8,000 square feet. Being on a mountain, as you might imagine, not a ton of flat lots. A lot of them are going to have slopes to them. Some of the few that won't are what you're seeing right here. And we'll turn the drone around and take it down on the ground here in just a moment and show you a little bit closer what some of these homes look like. A lot of the homes, like I mentioned, that are already completed, you're going to see are Toll Brothers and Icon Construction. A little bit different than Holt Homes. Holt Homes usually are closer to starter home prices, whereas Icon and Toll Brothers usually going to be closer to like a luxury price point. So for this would have been starting like more in the 800s when they were built. So this development is about halfway through. As you can see, there's going to be quite a few more homes to be built. So if you're looking in the next few years, you'll be able to find homes being built on Scatters Mountain. A lot of the homes that you see, like that one right there, kind of the modern contemporary, usually going to be Toll Brothers. Aside from your extensive network of hiking trails, you do have a handful of parks here. Happy Valley definitely known for its parks. You're also going to have a lot of great shopping. This is about 10 to maybe 12 minutes from pretty much all the shopping that you could want, including Costco and Target. Those two seem to be the ones that people inquire about the most, but we really have everything from health food grocery stores to budget grocery stores like Grocery Outlet. Tons of new restaurants. Everything that you need really is going to be within 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes at the very most if you're far enough east. I'm going to head to Pleasant Valley Villages. This is just about 5 minutes away from the Scatters Mountain subdivision. This is a little bit bigger. This is an 898 lot multi-phase planned unit development. You're going to have 410 attached units and 486 detached single-family units, and then 259 multifamily units. Single-family homes are going to start around 600,000. Attached homes are going to start around 500,000. Again, this is just about 5 minutes east or so of Scatters Mountain, where we just were. So all the shopping, everything else, all the amenities going to be just as close. And these homes are all built by Holt Homes. They're ranging kind of in the high teens, like 1800 square feet for single family, to mid to low 2000s, 2200, 23, 2500 square feet. And your lot size is probably being about 5,000 square feet or so. We'll see homes a few more times in this video. They're more of a volume builder. Next, we're going to go to the Hidden Falls subdivision. This is by Icon Construction. This is a community of 52 homes. This is on the other side of Sunnyside Road, by the way. It's maybe just 7 minutes or so from where we just were. Sunnyside Road is the main road that goes through Happy Valley. I would say if there's maybe kind of one downside to Happy Valley, they don't really have a downtown or like an old town. It's very suburban, so if you're looking for something urban, you won't really find it in Happy Valley. If you're looking for suburban, you'll feel right at home. This subdivision only has a few lots left, as you'll kind of see up here. Icon Construction build more of as like a luxury home builder. These homes, when they started, were starting in the mid 800s. As it stands right now, the 2 lots that are left probably going to be a little bit higher than that, might be closer to like lower 900s. Again, this is on the other side of Sunnyside Road. So this is not where all of the congestion and the construction is currently going on. You're right by the park, Hidden Falls Park, but you're also right by Adrian C. Nelson High School, which is a brand new high school, completed just a couple years ago, designed to accommodate all of this growth out east with Happy Valley. The other high school, Clackamas High School, which is a little bit further west, a little bit closer towards I-205, that high school is not too old either. It was built just over 20 years ago. So great high schools, regardless of where you're at in Sunnyside. Like I said, all brand new here, tons of restaurants, lots of commercial, very suburban. So if you're looking for something urban, you'll probably want to look elsewhere. If you're looking for suburban, like I said, big houses, parks, all that stuff that you see, you'll love it here. And next we're going to Oregon City. Now they haven't broke ground, or at least they might have broke ground, but don't have any foundations yet, as you can kind of see. So Oregon City is about 25 minutes south of Portland. A lot of farmland, a little bit more rural out here, as you can probably see here. So this is what we're looking at right here. These are going to be larger lots. I think they're listed as 10 to 12,000 square foot lots. So if you're looking for something with a larger lot, Oregon City actually in general is a great place to find it. So the name of the subdivision, I hope I'm pronouncing this right, but Ceres Farms. It's going to be coming in fall of 2023. It says starting in the low 500s, which really is a great price, especially with that lot size. So this is going to be a diverse community, variety of home styles, single family homes, duplexes, as well as some multi-generational plans and ADU units. So if you're looking for something with a larger lot and something to accommodate the parents, this is going to be a good choice for you, especially if you want to stay within 20-25 minutes or so to Portland. Also right there, that is Holcomb Elementary School. There is one other little tiny community that's going to be built here in sometime in the near future. I'm not sure if they broke ground or not, but it's called Highland Woods. It's by Garrett Custom Homes. And these are homes that are going to be on 1 to 2 acres. It's just going to be 4 homes starting in the 900s. Next, we are going to go to Wilsonville. This is Frog Pond. There's 52 lots here. There's a handful of lots left. Floor plans starting in the mid 800s. Currently, right now, the builder that's offering homes is Richmond American. Towards the end of this subdivision is where Street of Dreams was just a couple of years ago. If you're not familiar with Street of Dreams, it's an annual thing around Portland. They choose a different location, and there's usually half dozen homes, 6, 7, 8 different homes built by a handful of different builders, kind of showcasing the builders' talents. You know, some of the best of what builders have to offer. So some of those homes are here at the end of this street. So Wilsonville is one of the more desirable places, not too far away from Portland. You're about low 20s of minutes, kind of like Happy Valley, about low 22, 23 minutes south of Portland, maybe at most 30, 35, 40 minutes, depending on how far away you get from I-5, which goes directly through Wilsonville. Can get a little bit congested there. We're at right now, Frog Pond is maybe just 5-6 minutes away from all of your major shopping, including Target and Costco and pretty much everything else that you could want. There is a new elementary school opening up in 2024 that should be walking distance for most people in this community. The high school is nearby as well, and as you might imagine, lots of parks. One really great park in Memorial Park nearby, maybe just a 3 or 4 minute drive from here. This is probably one of the more desirable suburbs in the Portland metropolitan area. It's sort of a lot like Happy Valley that we were at a moment ago, in that it's a lot newer, a lot of new commercial and a lot of new residential, and you don't have kind of like one of those old town or like downtowns. So it feels very suburban. So like I said about Happy Valley, if you want something that's a little bit more urban that has a downtown, you're going to be missing that a little bit with Wilsonville. But all the great restaurants, great shopping, close to a lot of stuff, new, nice, clean, you're going to find that here. All right, headed over to Villebois, which is on the other side of I-5. It's one of the larger master planned communities in the suburbs of the Portland metro area. Single family homes here, we're starting in the 600s, or probably closer to the 700s right now. Attached, we're about 100 less, so starting in the 500s. Currently right now, what you see right there, just one builder, which is Taylor Morrison. This community is comprised of more than 2,300 homes. So this is a massive, massive master planned community. It's supposed to be a viable commercial and employment core, and there's an interconnected series of roads and trails, and a lot of nature spaces, a lot of parks. You'll see some of that throughout this video. Because as brokers in the state of Oregon, there is no broker-renter relationship, but there are apartments in Villabois. So you've got apartments for rent, townhomes, condos, single-family homes, and even larger estate types of homes. So you really have pretty much everything in Villabois if that's some place that you want to be. I'll take you down on the ground here real quick before we move on to our next spot. I want to mention to you that pretty much all of these builders have some sort of incentives, whether it's cash back at closing or design credits, or there's various other things that sometimes you can negotiate in, like air conditioning or landscaping. Whatever those things are, we will negotiate the best possible incentives for you. We are very familiar with those. We've sold new construction before, very familiar with new construction, and familiar with the builders. If you're thinking about taking the next steps, if you want to talk about buying a home, you can call us, text us, email us, or you can click the link below to schedule a Zoom call with us. We'd be happy to work with you. Builders do provide incentives for realtors, such as myself, to represent buyers. It is a long process, regardless of where you start, from the dirt up, or if it's something that's already under construction. There's a lot to know, and we'll be here to assist you with this. So again, call us, text us, email us if you want to talk about moving anytime in the near future, whether it's now or in the next few years. All right, so now we've moved on to Sherwood. The name of this subdivision is Denali. This one specifically is Denali Meadows. Sherwood's about maybe half an hour or so, maybe 40 minutes away from Portland. It's definitely one of the places that's a little bit farther away, maybe a little bit off the beaten path. Not a whole lot of people necessarily moving to Portland, looking at Sherwood, so might not exactly be on the radar for you. It's got all the great stuff that a lot of the Portland suburbs typically have, like really great parks, great schools. The high school is a newer high school, probably one of the nicer high schools in the state of Oregon. So this community has multiple phases. It's going to be built for at least a couple of years. It will be home to the Street of Dreams this year. There's about a mile-long path that's going to connect all of these communities within Denali. And as you can kind of see, these are larger luxury homes. There's currently just one on the market listed in the ones at 1.3 million. There's two on the market listed in the twos. So large luxury homes. You can't quite see it because of the overcast, but these homes, many of them anyway, will have great views of Mount Hood and Mount St. Helens. And the subdivision is Denali Meadows. in Sherwood. The builder right now is JT Roth Construction. That will be the one hosting the 2023 Street of Dreams, part of the community that will be called Summit. We're going to stay in Sherwood for our next community. It's called Middlebrook. This is also built by Holt Homes that I've mentioned quite a few times at this point. The Middlebrook community is located in the Sherwood School District. It's actually just about 2 miles from Sherwood High School. Lots of parks, great location. 145 single-family homes will be built here. They're about a third of the way through. About half of the lots are sold, so you can still there's still lots of lots to choose from. These homes are going to be maybe a little bit different than some of the other Holt homes. Some of these are going to have 3-car garages, so larger garages, and also some multi-generational living plans for some of the homes in here. So if you're looking for something like I mentioned in Oregon City, Ceres Farms, multi-generational, this will be another place out in Sherwood for an opportunity for multi-generational. These homes will have 8-foot doors on the main floor, 36-inch gas fireplace, slab granite or quartz countertops. Quartz is usually the preference. Full height backsplash, windowsill and apron, stainless steel appliances, extended laminate hallways on the main floor, nickel entry door hardware. We are pretty close here to a Target, a Walmart, although Costco, that Costco over in Wilsonville might be the closest Costco for you. You're going to have to go a little bit farther for some of your shopping in Sherwood. Like I said, Sherwood is going to be a little bit farther out. All right, next we are going to head over to Tigard. In Tigard, we are at River Terrace Crossing. So these are going to be larger homes, currently starting in the low 700s. There's 3 different builders in this subdivision right now. You've got Pacific Lifestyle Homes, David Weekley, and Stonebridge. There's currently quite a few homes on the market. There's going to be 198 new houses. There's quite a few neighboring subdivisions around here too that were recently just finished. So a lot of new construction going on in this area. In fact, the next few subdivisions that we're going to go to are just a few minutes away from this. So this is still under construction, maybe about a third of the way through. If you're not familiar with these builders, they're all really great builders. They do tend to have pretty good incentives. Like I mentioned, we'll negotiate the best incentives for you, but they do change from time to time. You are fairly close to shopping here as well. You're going to be close to 99E is going to be your major kind of road that's going to take you to all of your major highways. You're also really close to Progress Ridge Town Square. If you're not familiar with Progress Ridge, it's probably some of the best shopping in the area. You've got a movie theater, you've got a Big Owl's bowling, tons of restaurants. There's a new season there. There's a spa, a vet. I mean, pretty much everything that you could want in a shopping center, and that's about 7 minutes away. Now we are looking at South River Terrace. This is just a few minutes away from where we were at River Terrace. Condos here going to start in the 500s. Single family homes going to start closer to the higher 600s. You can see quite a few open lots, available lots. They have lots for sale right now. Handful of maybe single family homes that you can buy as well. But as you can see, they've got a long ways to go. So they're going to be building in here for years. Right now, the builder in here is Taylor Morrison. Taylor Morrison has had some great incentives recently, as much as 3% back at closing, as well as $25,000 in design credits. We've got one more subdivision that we're going to go to in this area. It's just a couple of miles away. So that gives you River Terrace Crossing. Again, larger homes starting in the 700s. That gives us South River Terrace. Condos starting in the 500s. Single family homes, high 600s. And then this is going to take us into the Heights at Cooper Mountain. You're going to find Lennar, which is a volume builder, national builder, a new home company. You're also going to find David Weekly here. Homes here starting in the high 600s. As you can see, I believe they're just in phase 1, so not very far along. They have a lot of units that they can still put in here, so they're going to be building in here for years. And again, this is just a few minutes away from where we were, so very close to Progress Ridge, very close to all of your shopping. Also seen some great incentives from the builders in here. One thing I should point out, incentives from a builder are not always necessarily going to be the same across the board. They might vary depending on the subdivision. So XYZ company like Holt Homes might have one incentive somewhere, but slightly different incentives somewhere else. Usually the incentives are kind of designed for the builder to kind of move at the pace that they want. So you notice how all these homes are grouped up together here. You can't just buy a lot anywhere that you want in the subdivision. They're doing homes in a certain particular order, and when that order isn't quite in line with their timeline, they will sort of up those incentives to get people to, obviously to incentivize people to buy to stick with their timeline. So taking you down here on the ground, like I said, as we saw just now, not a whole lot of homes to look at that are currently on the ground. They'll be building in here for at least a few more years. All right, next we are in Hillsboro at Butternut Creek. Currently offering in Butternut Creek is Polish Homes and Richmond American. There's condos starting at 500s and 600s for single family homes. Butternut Creek is a 200 acre, so it's a large, as you can see, subdivision. It's a master planned community. It'll have 614 houses. It's going to have 676 apartments. Just right down below us where we're looking now, just kind of off to the left, is a planned dog park, which is always great. A lot of dog parks around the suburbs in Portland. It's a super dog-friendly place, but nice to have a dog park that close. There's also, I'm not sure what this is going to look like, but there's a bike park that's supposed to go in right down there as well, which we don't really have a whole lot of bike parks around Portland, so it'll be interesting to see what that looks like. American is a volume builder. You may have heard of them. Polish Homes is out of Bend, Oregon, which is in Central Oregon. They probably have one of the better reputations, just kind of maybe anecdotally, between real estate brokers of some of the other builders in Oregon. And taking you down on the ground here, you might notice Polish Homes might have a little bit, there might be some of the design cues, especially with the rock work, that are going to distinguish them from some of the other builders. To finish off with a community that is exclusively Polish Homes, that's really kind of more like a resort style community. All right, but before we do, we are now going to head over to Oregon's largest master plan subdivision, Reed's Crossing. We had to shoot a couple different drone shots just to kind of even begin to get everything in there. And you can kind of see in the back there just how much land is being developed. You see those blue chairs down there? Sort of a theme that you'll see throughout Reed's Crossing. The whole kind of concept of Reed's Crossing was to create a community where everybody could be a neighbor and share a sense of community, where it's very walkable. You don't have to get in your car. In fact, there's going to be a town center that will consist of over 100,000 square feet of retail, restaurant, fitness center, retail service, things like that, places that'll have opportunities to lease. It's also going to have a market of choice, so you're going to have a great grocery store that's going to be walkable for you, kind of considered one of Oregon's leading specialty grocers. This crossing is also supposed to be about variety and choice. There's actually 6 different home builders in there: Lennar, Polish, Richmond American, David Weekly, Holt Homes, and a new one, Ijiro, which is built as an all-electric net zero energy ready home. So lots of different builders, Lots of different choices, lots of different floor plans, which quite frankly, a floor plan is oftentimes what dictates what type of home somebody chooses more so than the builder. So you've got a lot to choose from. Prices, you're looking at 400s all the way to $1 million plus. If you haven't heard of it, we are very close to Silicon Valley. It's where a lot of the jobs are out in Portland. So the reason that a lot of people move here is for those jobs. Intel, just as one example, really just a few minutes away from pretty much everything. So from Portland, you're a little bit farther out. Hillsboro is a good 40 minutes west of Portland. But like I said, this community is going to have pretty much everything that most people need. In a lot of cases, you're going to be able to walk to a lot of stuff. So for most people, it might not be too big of a deal being 40 minutes west of Portland. And as you can see, there are a lot of phases here. I'm not sure exactly when the completion date is for Reed's Crossing, but it's going to be years from now. So if this is a part of town that you want to be out in, this is a great place to explore. And if you have questions with that, get in touch with us. And then finally, we are going to go to our last stop, which is also going to be in Hillsboro. It is built by, like I mentioned, that builder from Bend, Oregon, Polish. The name of the community is Vendage at the Reserve. It is right next to a golf course, as you can see. So this is built as like a luxury community, like I mentioned before, like sort of like a resort-like community. You do have a pool, you'll see in just a moment. There's a spa, clubhouse, gym, splash pad, fire pits, community room. Not too much farther away from where we just were. So all the stuff that I mentioned, being in Silicon Forest, all the shopping, you're just minutes away from. They've got a handful of things currently under construction. You're looking at high 600s, and that'll get you a 3-bed, 2-bath, maybe just under 2,000 square feet, or low 2,000. And like I mentioned, you're close to Intel, Nike, all the shopping, schools, and again, downtown Portland going to be about 40-45 minutes. I will say though that if you're this far west out towards Hillsboro, like I mentioned, Happy Valley is close to Mount Hood out east. Being out west in Hillsboro, Beaverton, you're a lot closer to the Oregon coast, which if you live in Oregon, if you live in this area, going to the Oregon coast is a thing, kind of part of the lifestyle. At least taking a day trip to the coast. You're maybe an hour away from the Oregon coast here. So it's really nice being that close. All right, so that wraps it up. There is more new construction that I could not fit into this video, perhaps for the next video, but this is a lot of it. If you don't see something here though that you may be looking for or interested in, you can definitely call us, text us, email us to inquire about it. A few other notable things. There are a few other places where there's maybe some construction that's going to be relevant, like Lake Oswego, for example. Big difference with Lake Oswego, there's a lot of new construction right now, no new subdivisions. It's all just single lots that was either a tear down, or there's a handful of still vacant lots throughout Lake Oswego. Not many, but mostly tear downs being torn down for new luxury homes. A new home in Lake Oswego probably going to start, it's going to be tough to get below 2 million. So between 2 and like 3.5 million right now. There's quite a few new construction homes in Lake Oswego. There are 2 small communities in West Lynn next door being built as well. One by David Weekly and the other by Icon Construction. The Icon Construction one is down by the Barrington neighborhood. It's 8 lots. Those are going to be 12 to 15,000 square foot lots, so bigger lots there. Again, there is more new construction around Portland. I haven't covered everything, but this is kind of the bulk of it. So give us a call, send us a text, shoot us an email if you have questions about these things. And if you've made it this far in this video, in this long-winded video, and you want to see more videos like this, definitely make sure and subscribe to us. And if this video helped you, give us a thumbs up. Lets us know we're doing a good job. I hope this video was informative for you. Definitely reach out to me if you're thinking about moving. I'd love to help you. Until next time, take care, everyone.